next, let's take a look at the upper cabinets. And I know that the upper cabinet, again, doing what touches the wall, the upper cabinet is about 18 inches above the countertop. And I would, along the wall, then pull a height. The other vanishing, pull a height. Erase that. And that's all on the true height corner back here. And I would pull this, the baseline, straight up so I know where the cabinet hits the wall. Where those two cross, I'm coming and building out. And then where those two cross, I'm going back, so I'm walking the block. Where those two cross, I'm going vertical. And I'm taking it actually all the way to the ceiling. You can't see it because that crown is in there now. But take it to the ceiling line and build out. There's the thickness of my upper cabinet. Then you can put an X in the box. And you can find the center and pull a vertical. You can put a second line like we did on the base cabinet for the doors. You can, this was the corner of the cube. And we have a line for the door. And, oh, that height line. We didn't talk about that height line. Another thing we need to do is run the ribbon line for the crown. So a typical install is 90 inches and a ceiling is 96. So come down 6 inches and run a ribbon line. And this is where the crown touches the cabinet, that height line. So then we know that our doors are a little bit less than that height line. We have a door thickness. And then also our crown has a thickness for what we can see underneath it. To angle in some crown, depending on the crown you choose. This is a giant crown. All I did was angle on that side and angle out on this side where I know it would touch, and then went from vanishing out. Wherever that is, went from vanishing and out. And where those two met then, that would be the corner of where my crown detail would meet. So it tells me where this line is. After I drew the hard lines, then I came back and detailed what I thought my crown should look like. And I took it off of a picture out of the catalog. So it has this scoop and then this definite roll in the middle here. And it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. But the crown does come straight down for a ways, so this line would be in here. And then you're figuring out what that does. We're doing handles again. Place where we think we want them. That would be on the wall. Make sure you go from vanishing, this side, because this line of this front goes to that one. So these have to go there, and these have to go here. So that would be the 4 points that they would be drilled to, the drill holes. Then we come out from vanishing, and one's above the horizon line and one's below the horizon line. That's what makes it look fabulous. So up and down. Another design idea might be to add a light shield down here. So on the true height corner, I could come down, that's 12, 6, 3, an inch and a half, 2 inches. I can come out here, come out there, go back. And that would be a light shield. Sometimes they have a beveled edge, so there might be a second line here. that's how you would sketch that in. Now I kept this simple. I kept the door faces simple, but if you have a door face that is a 5-piece door face, you know, you would come back and you could either overlay it or you would erase what's in here. And you can estimate down, you know, how wide is that, the stile in the rail. Well, if it's typically 1.5 inches and I've got 12, 6, 3, 1.5 inches, you know, once again, oops, we got to do it down here, don't we? Just pull your lines around. So that might be the rail line. Going up 1.5 inches out here, that would be the bottom rail line. We can guess these dimensions. That might be a little too wide for this one. We're going to have to make this one a little bit wider. But there might be a detail for a door. Is it flat panel? Is it raised panel? You know, if it steps back, then that's one thing, depending on what we can see here. If it's, that would be the thickness of the door, and then the panel's out here. If it's a raised panel, it's going to come, I don't even know if I got that drawn right, but it does that little curve. In there. So then if our wood has a grain to it, and I think these lines would go up, you know, if there's a grain in there, the grain would follow and do something like that. So we want it to step up.